Hey guys, what is up? It's Daniel back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of distribution and how to go viral and like how to actually distribute your app or software or ecom product to get millions and millions of people to see it and make a bunch of money. Now, typically I don't make videos like these. This is just me playing Minecraft. The reason why, like, I know typically my videos involve me looking at the camera and stuff like that, but right now it's like 11 p.m. I'm super tired. I still have to go to the gym, and I honestly just didn't feel like sitting in front of a camera and recording. But I still wanted to push something out, give you guys some quality, valuable advice, some advice that you guys could actually use that will help out your companies and maybe give some clarity because I find that there's whenever you're like scaling some sort of software business or some sort of online product, there can be a lot of confusion around how to market it. And Discord, um, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but I just got a Discord notification. But anyways, oh my god, here's another one. Let me give me one moment as yeah, these videos are super informal. Let me just put myself on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Anyways, I'm back. So I just want to give some clarity. And the first thing I want to say is the importance of distribution. And the reason why I want to say this is because there are tons of really smart and intelligent developers out there who are building products. They're not even that bad. Genuinely, they're good products. They're pretty like advanced, but because they don't focus on distribution and have this really weird idea that one day their product will like just magically go viral, that like for some reason they're just going to get rich off of the product, when in reality, sure, you need a good product, but like you should just focus on just distribution at a very early stage. Like there are so many examples of people with like terrible products out there who make hundreds of millions of dollars just because they have extremely good ways to get it in front of people and make people want their product. And I'm mainly referring to course sellers here. Course sellers sell arguably one of probably the, I'd say, like the worst products there are on the market. Like general like courses on how to, like, I don't know, study like freaking drop shipping, right? There's some pretty big names out there, and it's not that the product itself is bad. It's just that the resources out there are already available on YouTube. It's just that they're just putting a price tag on it for no reason. Well, no, the reason is they want money, but people still buy it, even though the information out there is for free. But the thing is all these course sellers, they have extremely good like social presence. They know how to show people a lifestyle that'll make them want to buy it. And because of that, people will buy it, even though the product in of itself can be found online for free. So because of that, and okay, that was a case of just like, I guess, popularity and courses. Uh, I want to bring up another case study that was super prevalent in the world of apps that I've been doing research on. Cal AI. Cal AI is a calorie tracking app, and it is created by this kid named Zachary, who's, I think he's like 18 years old. He just graduated high school, and who again focused purely on distribution and literally made the company like make like $3 million every month, even though it's just basically a chat GPT wrapper. It's not even inherently like that good of a product because a lot whenever you take a pic. First thing, what is Cal AI? Cal AI is basically a calorie tracker like food app. Basically, like you could take a picture of your food and it will tell you the calories and it'll track them. It's like MyFitnessPal except just with a camera. And obviously it uses some sort of like LLM in the background, probably ChatGPT, let's be honest. um it's not even that good of a product because at the end of the day, like these calorie tracking images, they've been shown to be very inaccurate because at the end of the day, if I take a picture of my hamburger and inside my hamburger there's a chocolate bar, like it's not going to be able to detect it easily. Or if I use, for example, some sort of oils or basically it's not that good of a product. But the thing about it, it's not a terrible product. Obviously, I like the concept, but I'm not like throwing shade on it. But either way, that's besides the point. The thing is that this product the way they distributed was extremely smart. They partnered up with a lot of big influencers, and they basically promoted it by incorporating in the videos like a day in my life of the influencer, of the fitness influencer, using the product. And that was actually very genius, because then a lot of people would wonder like, oh, where that product's from, and they would search for it, and then like people would comment it's Cali, and then they just grew like that, and it was extremely smart. So this just goes to show that, like, even if you don't have maybe the greatest or most innovative product in the world, just having a strong distribution network, just knowing how to get your product in front of a million eyeballs will, like, impact your company and growth, and basically make you a millionaire. I genuinely believe that if like Nicki Minaj today started selling dirt, like she would like sell out instantly, just because she has such a strong distribution network and loyal fan base. Now, how to do distribution? That's the question everyone's always like thinking about. Okay, how to do it? This is again mainly for software and mainly for ecom businesses or whatever like you sell online. And I believe right now there are two main ways. And big apps who are going viral, who are making $100,000 a month right now, are using them. And it's like extremely efficient for them. First way, and this first way is kind of like if you have some money, and I'll like break down how to do it for a more cheaper version. But the first way is using user generated content. So basically, finding influencers, or sorry, not user generated content. That's like the second part. The first part is just paying influencers to create videos about your product. Now, you could do this in two ways. The first way is just finding a pre-existing influencer who might have like 50,000 followers or however many thousand followers, and reaching out to them and basically just like talking to them and negotiating a price and a deal, and like paying them up front. Now, this is a pretty good tactic and it works, especially if the influencer has a very loyal fan base, but to an extent it's somewhat risky. The pros is that they already have a loyal fan base. So if it's very good and they're very engaging, then yes, those people will buy. The cons that it could be a little bit expensive, but it's like nevertheless like extremely a good way to market your product. This is exactly what Cali did. They partnered with massive influencers and they paid them a bunch of money, and then they just grew. Now, another way you can partner with influencers, and this you're going to need some good negotiation tactics, but it's basically just like partnering up with them, being like, look, I'm going to pay you this base retainer, for example, like, I don't know, like $2,000 a month to create like 4 videos a month. And then for every 1,000 views, I'm going to pay you like $1. That incentivizes the creator to make actual good content so that they can make more money. Now, this won't always work, because at the end of the day, creators, although this like theoretical idea of incentivizing them per 1,000 views is good, and I actually really encourage you guys to implement that, creators might want more cash upfront sometimes. So because of that, what you could do, this is how you negotiate. This is negotiation 101. This is what you're hearing from a 20-year-old who like just sits on his computer and does research about this all day. Okay? Is a creator will sometimes propose to you, like they'll be like, okay, I can create 4 videos for $2,000, right? Usually the creator just wants that $2,000 upfront, no matter how many videos. So what you can do is, if they're offering you like $2,000 for 4 videos, just be like, I'll give you $2,000, but make me like 10 videos. Okay? Usually the creator will want the cash upfront no matter what. So they're probably going to agree to that. So never agree on the creator's like first price. I know a lot of these creators will also like want like a crap ton of money up front, but always try and negotiate down. Try and give them that incentive plan of like for every 1,000 views, like you give them like $1, and whenever they give you a price, just like quadruple the amount of videos that they ask that they're offering to do for that price. Another thing that I see a lot of people doing is just hiring out like people off of Fiverr to just create videos for them, kind of as if like they're their own influencer, but here we're like focusing on virality. And this actually brings me to point number two. So the first point was basically just hiring a bunch of influencers, paying them, and promoting your product, things like that. Very simple, but somewhat expensive. If you have money, obviously you could go that way. And the way that you would do it is you can offer them whenever they tell you, okay, like for like, I don't know, $2,000 for videos, you just quadruple the videos, and or you can lower the price, give them a base fee, and ask them, give them like some sort of performance fee where for every 1,000 views, you will pay them like $1. The second way you could go about doing this is basically creating organic content. Now, a lot of companies now creating organic content and going viral is quite inherently hard. So, how do you beat it, you may ask? Okay, there's a few ways you could go about going viral online. First of all, is copying other people's style, obviously. If it worked for someone, it'll work for you too. That's why when people like Ashton Hall got famous, you saw a bunch of copycat videos, is because people were just recreating it. And because you saw those copycat videos, that means it was working. Like, it literally got eyeballs nevertheless, even though it was just copied. The second way is just testing out a bunch of different creatives and just trying to push out as much stuff as you can. Now, this will very depend on your product and like what you're selling, because some products you're going to have to create your own videos. Some products you have like a bunch of pre-existing videos out there already available, and some products you can generate your own videos. For example, if you like sell some sort of like AI video generation tool, you can make like funny skits about that AI video generation tool. So for example, like I saw this video online where a girl would be like, "Oh my god, my dad killed my hamster." And then the dad would be like, "Oh no, the hamster unfortunately passed away." And like he would show a text message of this AI generated hamster on the screen saying, "Oh, honey," like it was obviously AI generated, like it wasn't like anything graphic, it was just some funny hamster. And it's like, "Oh, honey, I passed away. I'm so sorry. I had to go to another fairy tale land." And that video would just completely blow up. It was like insane. So you can do stuff like that. Now, the trick that I would recommend doing is instead of just posting from one account, create like 10 TikTok accounts and make them all similar brand. So, for example, like my company, if I were to create 10 TikTok brands, my company, it's called Vocalinks. I would create one account called Vocalinks, one account called Vocalinks underscore site, one account called Vocalinks underscore one. Like just those like alternatives, just 10 very similar accounts, create 10 of them, and then like just create 3 videos a day and then just post across all 10 videos. Now, depending on the platform, you might need to edit it slightly so it doesn't like think you're just mass producing a bunch of garbage. But this way could really go viral. Just create 10 accounts and just upload as many variations of those videos that you're creating as you can. Um, and then just throw it out, because at the end of the day, no one knows what's going to go viral. And the more volume and output you produce, even though it might be less quality, the more of a chance that you have that of winning that like virality ticket. So I'd much rather you post 3 mid-tier videos a day on 10 accounts and then post like 30 videos, rather than spending one video 2 day, like creating like one video every like 3 or 4 days, and just fucking it just doesn't like do good at all. And because you're fighting against quality versus quantity, and in this case quantity wins. As simple as that. That's what I find works for a lot of people nowadays. So yeah, and as a bonus tip, I'll just throw in SEO. Look into that. Optimize your search engine, and basically just try and whenever people search for your product, like try and get it to show up on the search engine as much as possible. That was just the bonus tip that I just came off the top of my head that I just want to throw in there. But anyways, yeah. So assuming you're still watching, just to kind of recap everything that I said, is distribution is very important because at the end of the day, like without distribution, no one sees your product, no one will buy, and you won't make any money. And no matter how good your product is, if there isn't any good distribution behind it, no one's gonna buy it and you're wasting your time. Number two is how to actually distribute. The first way is by paying a bunch of influencers within your niche to create a bunch of videos. The two ways you go about doing this is if a influencer, first way is try and offer them some sort of like incentive deal where you pay them $1 for every 1,000 views that they get. B is you mix that with some sort of base payment plan. Like you pay them like $500 a month to create 4 videos, and for every 1,000 views that the videos get, you can pay them out $1 with a cap of like $1,000 per video. And the third way is if they only want cash, which a lot of creators do. At the end of the day, that those creators, they want that cash. That's it. They just want the cash. So just make them work extra hard and just make them produce even more videos, you know? So like that's one way. And second way is produce your own content. It's going to be hard. It's going to be terrible, probably. It's I mean producing your own content that seems pretty time consuming, but you got to do what you got to do. The way you could do it is, first of all, find videos that already have gone viral, try and remake them, and create like multiple different versions, slightly different variated versions of your like accounts on YouTube or TikTok or whatever platform you use, and just like I don't know, just what am I saying? I don't know. I spaced out for a second, and just repost the content that you made on like those 10 accounts. And quantity over quality, because the more content you post, okay, the higher chance you'll go viral. So yeah, and SEO a little bit I talked about, but don't even worry about SEO. Maybe I'll just do another video on that like later on. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to my video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this commentary style again, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I will see based on feedback and how this video does. But at the end of the day, this was just a nice little yap sesh. It's already like 11:30 almost, so I am going to be going to the gym right now, get my steady state cardio in, and probably do some weights. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!